Okay, this is just some odds and ends that I wanted to bring up. I'm going to actually try to look at the camera tonight instead of staring at myself on the screen when I make a video. First off, I'd like to thank everybody for their support today on that video about he whose name I shall no longer mention. It was quite gratifying. There was more than a few people that didn't care for it, but you know what? We're not all going to agree about everything, and I hold no animosity for that. Your opinion is your opinion. Okay, now, YouTube glitches. I am not getting all the videos in my feed. Today, if Moose hadn't sent me her video, I would have probably never seen it. It never appeared in my feed at all. Also, I approved video responses for Moose and Cyber Rounder and two other people whom I wasn't familiar with. I approved all of them, and none of those four showed up. The rest of them did, but none of those four showed up. I think possibly one of the problems is because I'm subscribed to so many people. I'm subscribed to literally hundreds of firefighting channels, which the thing about them is they may only post a video every 3 months when there's a big fire. So it's not like you're watching hundreds of their videos every day. I mean, some of them haven't posted one in over a year, and then you'll see one pop up. Next, I have people going around on my videos and marking them and marking people's comments that they don't care for as spam. I'd appreciate it if they didn't do that. I try to be pretty up and up about letting people speak their word. I believe in free speech. If I'm going to let you rap me on a video, kindly don't go around and mark my friends' videos as spam. The only thing I mark as spam ever, if your comment's marked as spam and it wasn't a commercial thing, if you're trying to sell hairspray on my damn video, yes, that's going to get marked as spam because it is. But if you bust my chops about something, I don't mark it as spam. And I almost never remove a comment. I have removed 3 or 4 comments from my videos. That's because they were quite insulting, not to me, but to a friend of mine. You can call me pretty much whatever you want. I'm pretty fair game. You know, I could really care. Yeah, and this is really funny. I had a sock account that was created today. Send me a personal message saying that I was going to lose half of my subscribers for making that video about he whose name we shall not mention this morning. And after I read it, I had to sit here and laugh, because if I lost half of my subscribers, I'd have no idea I did, because I have never looked to see how many I have. I'm probably the worst YouTuber in the world, because I never look at my subscribers. If I see the number of views on one of my videos, it's only by accident when I'm going to check something else on the video. I do watch the comments pretty well and try to reply to the comments on them. But as somebody else commented on the number of thumbs down on the video, and I never even look at those either. I'm a terrible YouTuber. I could care less. I have no idea how many subscribers I have, truthfully. You know, if I was going to guess, I'd guess maybe like 100, maybe 125, but I have never looked. So if half of my subscribers left, I'd have no idea. So I just, don't matter to me. One last thing. You can find anything on the internet. And on YouTube now you can pretty much find anything. When I was a firefighter for 15 years, and I had to leave the department when I got transferred out of town. For 11 of those 15 years, I was truck captain, and I was in charge of an American LaFrance Aero Chief, which quite often I drove to fires. Just on a lark about a week ago, I typed in American LaFrance Aero Chief, And damned if there isn't a video of a truck that is virtually the twin of the truck that I drove for 15 years. A video of it on here. So I'm going to put a link to that video below. If you're not interested in seeing it, don't bother to follow the link. But this is what I drove for 15 years. And I'm quite proud of the fact that I drove it, because when you see this truck, you'll see why. When they built these trucks, they had to get a waiver from the Department of Transportation because the overall length of the truck, including the boom, was longer than a straight axle truck was allowed to be. So I'll put a link to that below. I mean, you might be interested in at least just clicking on it for a few seconds and seeing the truck. But when I watched this video, you talk about a wave of deja vu coming over you. The sound of the 350 horse Detroit diesel, the sound of the Allison automatic transmission, the view of the out the windshield of the boom with the 3 marker lights on it. I just, my mouth fell open because that truck's been gone for 15 years. It was sold off 15 years ago, and it's been 20 years since I last drove it. But when you see something like that, which is something that it was part of you for 15 years. This was my child because I was in charge of it. I was totally responsible for this truck. I was responsible for getting it set up at a fire scene. I was responsible for running either the pump or the turntable on it and assigning to someone to run whichever one I wasn't. It was my baby for 15 years, so I think some of you might get a kick out of it. Some of you won't be bothered, but that's fine. For what it's worth, the link to the video is going to be there. Good night, all.